Welcome to Talkie Talk, a movie show. I'm Susan.
And I'm Ben. It's Thanksgiving time, and today we're going to be discussing the 2010 film The Man from Nowhere.
And joining us today is our special guest, Ben Mullin.
Welcome, Ben. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well.
Good.
Thanks for joining us.
Let's introduce Ben a little bit. So Ben is a Chesterton High School grad, and he now is off in Los Angeles doing a lot of different things in the industry. So we brought him on today. One, because he's a Chesterton alumni. Two, he's going to tell us a little bit about some of the work he's been doing. So
Ben, you worked on a number of projects. Can you just tell us a little bit about what you do?
I am a visual effects coordinator.
So what does that mean?
It means I go back and forth between the artists and the clients to fulfill the client's needs. So basically, if the client wants like an explosion in a shot, let's say, the artist needs to create that explosion. So I get all the files that the artist needs, and then I work with the artist to get what the client wants.
awesome.
Very cool. So
Yeah.
is all of your work on the computer then, pretty much? All digital work?
Yeah.
And what kind of projects have you worked on so far that you can tell us about?
See, I worked on Jumanji: The Next Level, Moonbase, which is out right now.
Awesome.
Amazon. Joe Bell will release next year. Last is American Crime on Netflix, Uncorked on Netflix.
So you've worked on a lot of different kind of projects. Can you tell us kind of what the difference is between working on like a feature film versus working in either a TV or a short or anything like that from your perspective?
Basically more moving pieces when it comes to bigger projects. So a lot more people to work with, a lot more people have to sign off on stuff,
Yeah.
and you have a lot more files.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Just a lot more everything in general.
Yeah. Whatever you have on a short, just multiply that by 10,
Yeah.
whether it's, solutions or problems.
The problems maybe you multiply by like 5 million. No, I'm just kidding.
Something like that.
So when you work on, like, let's say Jumanji, who is giving you the marching orders? It's probably not the director, right?
Well, the director will review the VFX shots. So sometimes we'll get on the phone with the director, and it'll be a conference call, and
Oh, cool.
we'll
Okay.
just go through all the shots that you worked on, and then the director has like the final say on like signing off on shots. So I mean, all the producers want to give their 2 cents, but it's ultimately up to the director
So you have to make a lot of people happy.
to make everyone happy. Yeah.
I know before you went out to LA, you were working on some stuff here in Chicago. What are some of the biggest differences between like the Chicago market and the LA market in terms of what you do? Or in general, even if it's not related to your job currently.
In Chicago, I was doing PA work, or production assistant work. It was on set. I was on reality shows.
Okay.
So it was very different work than what I'm doing now.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's the same type of work.
Is the market just a lot bigger in LA probably? Because there's probably more. Is there more stuff that happens out there than here probably in Chicago?
Well, yeah, LA used to be like the hub for a long time, and
Right.
now it's pretty much Atlanta is taking over.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think your work as a PA led to your current job, or was that sort of just a much different career path?
It was a different career path.
Okay.
Mostly like on set and stuff, and there's a lot of different alleys you can go down in this industry. And I was going down one, and then I realized that I wanted to do this instead.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did the connections you made as a PA help kind of get you into this path, or was it just completely separate avenue?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, it got me out to LA at least, because
Yeah.
that way I wasn't coming out here not knowing anybody. I at least
Uh-huh.
knew like one person. So it helped out. Helps to build up credibility before you make any big moves too. So.
Very cool. What advice do you have for somebody who might be interested in, actually getting into visual effects, like the kind of work that you do?
I would say just learn everything you can about any new software specifically.
Okay.
I mean, the fundamentals are the same with old or new software, but it's better to learn all the new software because that's what everything is leading towards. And socialize.
Yeah.
It's very important to network.
Great.
Is there anything while you've been doing this job or any of the jobs you've gotten in LA that was really surprising or something where you're like, I can't believe this is part of my job and part of my life right now? Like, were there any moments where you were just stepped back and were like, I can't believe this is happening, or I can't believe this is something I get to do?
Oh, I remember at one point my boss had me taking apart computers, and I was like, "Why am I doing this?"
Oh, yeah.
I was looking at all those little parts, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, "I have no idea what I'm doing."
Do you have any favorite moments that stick out to you as like things you're really proud of, or things that you really enjoy doing?
I like going to the rap parties. That's fun.
Yeah.
The VSX people get to go to rap parties and hang out with everybody.
I mean, not often do we get invited, but like after they finish complete, if we had like a big part in the movie, then sure, yeah, we'll get invited. But
That's cool. Is working for Netflix different than working for a different kind of movie studio?
not really. I mean, it's the same bigger company giving you marching orders, just different people.
Very cool.
Obviously, you have your job. Are there any projects you work on personally? Just kind of fill your own time and kind of expand your portfolio, or just kind of passion projects that you have?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I make my own music, so like lately, I've like kind of promised myself like every song I make, I want a video to go with it. That's what I've been doing lately.
Awesome.
I mean, it's on YouTube. You can just
Okay.
look up my name
Okay.
and find it. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Ben, thanks for being here, and we're going to talk about our feature film now. Our feature film is The Man from Nowhere, which is your favorite movie. And so this is the movie that you brought to us and say, we got to watch this. So, Ben, why don't you tell us, why is this your favorite movie?
Because the action is brutally real.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. This is
Yeah.
And it brings awareness to kind of, child trafficking and
Mhm.
like organ harvesting.
Yes.
Absolutely. The movie we're discussing is The Man from Nowhere. It was made in 2010. It was directed by Jeong Byung Lee and stars Won Bin. Heads up, we're going to be spoiling the movie. But Susan, can you give us a quick breakdown? What is this movie about?
Sure. So we're following the star. He's kind of a mysterious guy. He lives alone, and the only person he really connects with when we first meet him is this little girl. She's probably what, like 8?
Yeah, I'd say around there. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like his neighbor. Well, kind of his neighbor's
Yeah.
daughter. But she's alone a lot. She's kind of on her own a lot of times. So she'll come visit him at his pawn shop, and he kind of gives the impression that he doesn't really want to talk to her, but they do have like a very cute relationship. Like he's obviously cares about her, wants to make sure she's safe, even though he kind of looks like he's ignoring her. Yeah, so spoilers, if you don't want any spoilers for this movie, don't listen to probably the rest of this episode. So she does end up getting kidnapped, and that's kind of where we get into what Ben was talking about, where we learn about kind of the child trafficking, the organ harvesting things. All these things come into play as the star of the movie is trying to work his way through these different crime families, different crime rings to get this girl back and rescue her before anything bad happens to her. But yeah, I would say the action is brutal. That is an excellent word to describe this movie. But was very good. I was very invested in what was happening on this storyline.
Yeah, when we're watching the movie,
Yeah.
Susan was really, really rooting for the little girl to be okay at the end. Spoiler alert, she is okay at the end, thankfully. Even though for a couple minutes it doesn't look like it's going that way. This movie is brutal. So if you want to watch it, fair warning, it is not a light movie.
No, but it is a lot. So when we first started it, I thought it was just going to be an action movie, but it is a lot deeper than that. So it is a really good story. So it is worth it, I think, the brutality.
Right.
If you don't typically enjoy that kind of thing. But anyway, Ben, tell us your thoughts on the movie. Do you have anything you want to add?
I just like everything about the movie, the story. I mean, with any movie, the story is number one. If you don't have a good story, it's not a good movie. But it had much more than that. It had cinematography, it had good acting, or great acting, actually, I'd say, and great directing, and all over. It's just a good film.
Yeah, now, as a visual arts person, do you judge movies more stringently by their special effects?
I think it's because I do it all the time. It just comes naturally, and I'll see things that I don't necessarily want to see because then I can't enjoy the movie.
Right. I'll say this movie had some, very good effects. Nothing, it's not over the top, right? Like you said, Ben, it's very realistic.
Yeah. I think that's the best kind of effects are kind of a mix between like special effects, which are on set and practical, and visual, just to enhance it.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other like South Korean movies that you've watched in this genre, or is this kind of a one-off? I don't know a ton about South Korean cinema, so.
I've seen a couple, but this one stands out a
Okay.
lot. I think the last one I watched was Parasite, which is also excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a very
great movie.
Yeah, well-known movie. Susan did some research. What did you find out about The Man from Nowhere?
Oh, it was like in 2010 it was the highest grossing movie in South Korea. So this is like a major movie. And it did come to the US and Canada. Yeah, this is a major motion picture.
And we also found out that it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Impressive,
yeah.
Honestly.
I didn't even know that. I'm glad to know I have good taste in movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so good.
Also, Ben was the only person to rate it on Rotten Tomatoes. So we'd like to finish up with a game that we're calling Mad Props. So studios will sometimes sell items that they use in the movie after they're done shooting, and people can buy these items online. The general public can sometimes buy them. Ben, you're going to be playing against Susan today. She has not seen any of these items. I did all of these. Figured this out on my own. And I've written down 5 unique movie props, and I want you to guess how much they are listed for or sold for. Now, we're going to be using Price is Right rules, which means you have to guess the price the closest without going over. If you go over, you're disqualified. If you get 3 right, you'll win our prize. Our prize that we don't know what it is, but we'll send you something in the mail if you win.
Is it a movie prop?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, you'll see how much these cost. All right, so.
I got Google open and ready.
No Googling allowed.
Siri, how much did this sell for?
All right, let's get started. So, Ben, you'll go first. Then I'll shoot it over to Susan. What is the current asking price for a Jeep license plate from the Jurassic Park film, the original film? What is the price for a Jeep license plate from Jurassic Park?
I'm going to go with 350.
I'm going to go with $475.
$475.
Yes.
All right, Susan's going to win this one because the asking price is $3,557.
Oh my God.
That's right.
No deal.
That's for a license plate.
There must be so many, right? Because there was a lot of practical effects. So they had to have crashed a lot of Jeeps, right? So they must have had a lot.
Yeah.
And they're still going for that much money.
Spoiler alert for all these things. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, Susan, you're going to go first.
Okay.
All right. The next one is, what is the current asking price for Robin Williams' Lost Boy costume from the movie Hook?
Oh, that's got to be
So it's the full costume from the movie Hook. He wears it
Robin Williams
when he's hanging out with the boys,
Yeah.
and in the food fight scene, that costume, how much
Oh
does
my
it
gosh.
cost?
If a license plate is 3,000 something, I'll go with 4,000.
$4,000. Ben Mullin, what do you think Robin Williams' Lost Boy costume from Hook costs?
$7,100.
$7,100. Ben, you will win this round. The actual price was $11,856.64.
Nice.
All right, we've got a couple more to go. Tied at
game.
1. Next up is Ron Weasley's wand from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The actual wand. But remember, it's Ron Weasley. We're not talking Harry. We're not talking Hermione. This is Ron's wand.
Also, what number is that?
The Prisoner of Azkaban, I think, is 3.
Was that the one I didn't like?
I
It doesn't
don't
matter.
All right, Ben, you can go first on this one. How much does Ron's wand cost?
Go with $8,000.
$8,000. Okay, Susan.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Potter fans will spend money on stuff. So I'll go with $9,000.
$9,000. And you're both over.
Ah, what?
Ben, guess again.
Well, if it's Ron Weasley's wand, then you can probably buy it with an ice cream cone.
I'll
$5,000.
$5,000. Susan.
go with
This is Ron Weasley.
5,001.
And you're both over.
What? That license plate.
All right.
Are you gonna let us guess again, or
One more time.
All right.
So 5,000 is too much.
Yes.
$1,500.
$1,500. Susan.
I'm gonna go with $250.
Ben, you win this round. $4,200.
Oh, we were so close with 5,000.
$4,200.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll stick my Ron Weasley wand in the mail. And...
Absolutely. All right, Ben, you're up 2-1. We got 2 more to go.
Okay.
Next up is a stop-motion Jack Skellington figure with head casting from The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a stop-motion Jack Skellington figure that they used with the head casting from The Nightmare Before Christmas. How much does that cost Susan?
Oh, this I have no idea. I'm gonna go with $1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Ben Mullin.
$750.
Susan wins this round. Actual asking price for the stop-motion Jack Skellington figure from Night Before Christmas is $17,784.96.
17,000.
$17,000 for a stop-motion figure. I mean, that movie is great.
It is great. It's just I didn't realize it had a more rabid fan base than the Harry Potter series.
All right, so
is it tied again?
It's tied at 2.
Oh my gosh, we have one
Whoever
question
wins
left.
this question wins the game. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Susan, you're going to go first on this one. The final item is Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith.
Oh my god.
How much is Obi-Wan's lightsaber from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith?
This has to be so much money. All right, I'm just going to go crazy and say $2 million.
$2 million. Okay.
For it's Star Wars.
Yep, it sure is. All right, Ben Mullin, what do you think?
I think I just guessed something totally insane.
What do you think Obi-Wan's?
Well, I was going to go with $500,000.
$500,000. You guys are both over.
Okay.
All right. So.
Do I have to guess again?
Yes, Susan, you have to guess again.
$500,000 was over. I'll go with $250,000.
$250,000. Ben Mullin.
Go with $100,000.
$100,000. Ben Mullin, you win!
Oh, what?
Tonight's game.
What was it?
The actual price of Obi-Wan's lightsaber from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith was $142,279.68.
Was that the tax? What is that? 68 cents.
I don't know. That's what the bid was.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Congrats, Ben. You're going to get a prize in the mail from us. We don't know what it is, but we'll send something nice to you.
Congratulations.
Is it an I voted sticker?
Oh, maybe. I do still have mine.
I don't want it.
Nice.
Thank you again for doing this show with us. It was great talking to you and hearing about all the cool stuff you're doing.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
And congratulations again on beating me in the game.
Oh, thank you. It's my greatest accomplishment.
And thank you all, everybody out there, for listening to us. I hope you enjoyed our show. If you want to suggest a movie for us to watch, shoot us an email at talkietalkmovies@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening.
All right, bye, everybody.